So it's our new software Coden Boatload. It's an Electoral Campaign Management System. We have explained how this software works in the previous video which we have uploaded. If you want, you can go through them on our YouTube channel to understand how this software works. We are facing some problem and you guys can help us out. The scene is, it's not our core product. Our core product is something called Codenscious. It's basically a MIS that runs some Six Sigma tools, and it has some features of DSS and all these things. So we have a small team and we are unable to focus ourselves to this software right now. So we are hiring some interns. You can work from home for us to complete the software, and if you have really good coding skills, we can definitely take you to Codenscious. That's actually fun for us. So let me explain you what are the new features that we are planning to create, and hopefully. So as we were talking in our last video, we had analyzed the potential vote basis of all the candidates who were participating in the elections, and we also discussed that this particular member got 5,000 votes and he has got 2,500 votes. These are just dummy data for those who are new and watching this video. We also calculated the expected vote base, and while we were doing it, we got to know that the potential vote base for this person, the majority of them are Patel. So we can focus our campaign to convert these people and make them a voter. In the same process, we have some tools that can be very much helpful. One of them is a nodal diagram. So it's a template, it's a nodal diagram. All the boxes here are representing family numbers, and they are basically the family heads, and these lines are showing relationships of the family heads with each other. So we want to create a family head relationship, and we want this to be in our family tree relationships. So if we have all the relation between family heads, and if we have a family tree for each individual family, we can find out relationship between any two people in the database. So the boxes with the dark colors, the dark blue colors, are those which I know, or these are the people who the candidate knows. So, and the boxes which are not of dark color are basically those family heads that are Patels, but they are not converted yet to us. So as we can see from the database, from the diagram, the family 8 is connected to these many numbers of people who are our potential base, and family 12, family head 12 is also connected to these many people. So if I can focus my campaign to these two or people who, like these, they can definitely help us to contact these people, and potentially some of them become our voters. So we always have a custom search here. In custom search, we can select any of the information that we want. So let's suppose we have selected all the Bharadwajas who lives in ward number 32, and all other data has also been created. What I'm saying, they all are general member, and when we search, we can have a nodal diagram for all the Bharadwajas who are general members and are living in ward number 32. So these nodal diagrams can be dynamically created through the search queries that we are entering. Further descriptions can also be created, like different candidates voter bases can be shown in different colors. One more representation can also be done, like a white dot in between these box may represent that these are our these are our contacts, but they are not being converted to the voters. So we can focus to them and try to make them voters and potentially our voter bases. Technically, these diagrams can be created and a lot of inferences can be generated from these diagrams. I hope you understand the potential of such diagrams and they can be very much helpful. We want to create a few more graphical tools from the database and that we have. We have almost all the basic requirements that we have all the basic things. We have created all the basic things. These contains SMS reports and email reports, a good amount of analysis and multiple user privileges and all those things like that. We want to create tools like this. One more tool that we want to create is called House of Quality. It's also another template. House of Quality, you can learn more about these things in TPS, Toyota Production System, or Six Sigma. So basically what we have right now is we have a survey list in which we can find out what are the expectations of our voters. So we can segment or we can categorize the requirements or expectations of our voters into some broad categories. So let's say these are the broad categories that our voters want. So they are basically the voice of customers. We can prioritize these requirements. So what it means that the priority number for requirement 1 is 5, priority number for requirement 2 is 9. The requirement 2 is very, very important for our voters. We can then create technical aspects or technical specifications. We can set some targets. And one more thing which we can do, which is not shown here, we can rank our offerings or our manifesto for each of the requirements that our voter wants. For example, requirement 1, we can say that we can rank that our offering for requirement 1 is 7 out of 10. For requirement 2, it's 9 out of 10. For requirement 4, it's 8 out of 10. And also we can rank the offerings of our competitors. So by this we can redesign our manifesto according to the competition and requirement by the voters. And then we can have internal quality function deployment that can lead us to KPIs and some MIS type of systems to maintain all these things. We also want to develop a small DQM toolkit here also, but we are not sure about it. We have also discussed in our previous videos when we were explaining this software that all these system logs can be modified to a monitoring type system in which we can monitor the work of each of our user, that how much work has he completed and all other things that are required. We can generate reports from that. These are data completion charts. They are for overall data. So of the overall survey that we have done, we have around 69% of the people whose building name is known, and 93% of the people whose street numbers are known. Similarly, we have these data completion charts for all other things. We can also further update it for each and every user. That what I'm saying is, what are data completion reports for survey user 1, or what are data completion reports for survey user 2. We have also discussed on these reports. These reports can further be developed to something of far more capacities and functionalities than they are showing right now. So we are also planning some research for here, and all these systems, the SMS channel can also be developed to some better things, and we can also integrate a email system for a focused campaign management, which is also required. And one more important thing is we want to increase our performance with used data. Right now, we're planning to increase the performance of our tools. What I'm saying this, the version 1 of the software is complete. We want to further update it to something that is far better than what it is right now. So those who are interested, they can contact us anytime, and we can definitely work together. And if you are really good, we can take you to Codenscious. Thanks a lot for that.